Alright guys, welcome to Foreign Blood TV. This video is, we're going to talk about West Indy. We're going to talk about, well basically let me rephrase this. This video is about anybody, this video goes to anybody's subs, followers, anybody that's watching my page in general that questions what I do. I hear you guys say a lot, well you shouldn't do a video on this. This is harassment. This is, okay, like West Indy for example. West Indy says she has haters, okay? In order for somebody to hate on you, which Granny definitely ain't no hater. In order for somebody to hate on you, you have to be at a place in your life that perhaps they would want to be, okay? That might work with somebody in your age group. That's not working for somebody in my age group. Hate on what? Hate on what? Second of all, social media is where people come together. Now hold on, West Indy, your fans, Peach, your fans, whoever it is. Let me give you the true definition of social media. Social media, it's a noun, by the way, forms of electronic communication, such as websites like the one we're on. Haters? What? Wait a minute. Such as websites for social networking and microblogging, which also often ends in conversations, sometimes friendships, whatever it is. Business partner, like, okay, hold on. Through which users create online communities to share information, ideas, personal messages, and other content such as videos. We're on social media, guys, okay? West Indy, Peach, whoever, us, me, just because we're not that high in the totem pole. We make ourselves public figures. Now let me use that word loosely, and I threw myself in there along with every other content creator that comes on camera, shows their face, any bit of their private life, whatever it is. People think you have to be way up here to be a public figure. Once you have brought yourself in front of the public and you have pretty much, you did A, B, C, and D, you have made yourself a public figure. You could be a public figure in your community. You could be a public figure at your job. You see what I'm saying? Once you put yourself amongst people repeatedly over and over and over, yes, that would be considered a public. Okay, now, West Indy, whoever it is, or even me, when we're online, like, I'll give an example. I'm crashing out mad. The grown children that took me through this. I done worked this many hours. I'm tired, crying about my daddy. Now see, if somebody turns around and talks about those things, or whatever I talk about, when I tell my life story, if someone turns around and talks about those things, I can't really be mad because I've exposed those things. You see what I'm saying? Now, yes, there are some haters that will go and falsify the story. Okay, that's what a hater is. Somebody that's not forward, upfront, honest. They're just running amok doing whatever. That's what a hater is, okay? Somebody watching our content, anybody watching our content, West Indy, listen, your people, Peaches people, whoever I talk about, you guys don't have to agree, and that's okay. See, I'm a grown-up. I understand how this works. That's y'all that don't understand how this works. You don't have to agree with what I show, how I present myself, what I wear, how I talk to the neighbor, how I answer the phone, whatever it is I show you guys, and I'm just giving lame examples. If I had little children, how I was tending the children, whatever it is. You guys have the right to not agree with what I do. Okay, no different than West Indies. She's telling her story, Pete's telling her story, and I'm just giving examples of people we know. Okay, it's no different than a famous person, whatever it is. They've put themselves out there in the forefront to be a public figure. Okay, everybody thinks, once again, you got to be way up here to be a public figure. A public figure is someone that stands before others and releases, Do I got to pull the definition? I mean, I think we broke it down. We understand. I can't be mad because such and such said, hey, I don't like the way Granny did A, B, C, and D. That was fly. I don't like that. Or I would never cry over my daddy that long. She's tripping. Or, you know, like that time when I was only working 7 hours a week. All my bills were paid though. But, anybody else would have said, oh, well, dang, maybe she should have dug harder. Maybe she should have took any job. You see what I'm saying? You can always not agree with what I do. And once again, just giving examples. I went down bad, wasn't nothing like that. I'm just giving different examples of things I've displayed. I can't be offended because you don't like what I've displayed to you. You see what I'm saying? Now, West Indy, since you want to be, and you have every right to feel how you feel, you have every right to talk about it. Why? Because I've showed those things to you, and especially if I've showed those things to you over and over and over and over. Media. We're on social media. Let me give you the definition of media. The best definition for media is forms of communication that reach or influence people widely, including the channels and the content conveyed through them. Now, we have the right to display whatever content we choose to display. Media, we have the right to report and speak on whatever we seen on social media. So if I say, one thing about me, anything you hear me say is something the people I've done a video on, something they've said or something they've done. It ain't like I just said, oh, I think, no. These are things you have displayed to me, and most likely more than once. Things that are public information, okay? Like, yeah, I can go on here and watch you talk about being a corn star. I can go on here and watch you lock the children out the room. I can go on here on several videos. You see what I'm saying? And I'm just using examples. Doesn't mean I'm hating. And when you got this group of other people from all different areas, walks, lives, and they're chiming in on your page, once again, you've made yourself a public figure, West Indy, and you've came out there and displayed your life and put it on the turntable, like, here I go, and you do it over and over and over again. Media! We're on social media. Social brings people together to talk about whatever we're seeing. Media. Do I got to break down media again? Media. I can't say this enough, y'all. I don't even know why I have social media. So media, that's like what the news does, okay? They report on, okay, we seen A, B, C, and D. This is provable. We seen this with our eyes, from a reliable source. Media. That's what we're doing. We're reporting. As long as we're not, there's certain rules we have to abide by. You do know YouTube, when you're monetized, YouTube runs through all your videos to see if they're even, you know what I mean? You can rate your videos to if they have inappropriate this. We have to rate our videos and all that. There's a way around it, but still, they're weeding through those videos, okay? That's why you'll see YouTube will take videos, block videos, whatever it is. If you said certain words, yeah, they're watching our videos. So don't act like they don't know what we're talking about. Now, once again, the world is a different place, West Indy, Peach, whoever I'm talking about, your people, where you guys like this messy mess. Social media people, they understand that at the end of the day, social media makes money off of all of us. If you're watching a video, making a video, whatever it is, we generate them money in some form or some fashion, okay? We're here socially because we have downtime. You notice when we don't get on social media? When we're doing things. When we're out and about, or you know what I'm saying? Why? Because we're living our social life. Social media is for when you have that downtime and you're not outside, you're not with the cousins, you're not at the mall, but you want to socially, once again, we're social creatures. So social media is another way to socialize with others. And because we're social creatures. So if we're watching West Indy, we're watching Peach, we're watching whoever it is, we've come together as a group. If we'd like to see, if we're there for the crash out, if we're there because somebody might like how West Indy man look, so they might be there just to see what the tea is. Somebody might like West Indy. Somebody might just be like, oh, she's an embarrassment. Let me just see how she can embarrass herself today. Everybody's going to be there for a different reason, and they all have that right. Just like they're going to be over here on my page or anybody else's page. They're all there for a different reason. They like her, understand, agree, crash out, whatever it is. And they have that right. Just because we put out content or we tell our story, that's one thing about it. People don't have to agree with our story, the way we move, and our lifestyle. What? Can you believe that? So what was good for us, you can't expect to be good for them. Some of the things we do are foreign to other people because they haven't lived that life, done those things, had to do them things, moved that way, whatever it is. Just like there's things a lot of you ladies do that are foreign to me. There's a lifestyle I live that's foreign to you. You guys be like, man, boy, she's a little savage. Like I would never. So you see what I'm saying? Social media. So sometimes we need to quit calling haters. Sometimes we need to quit saying, oh, and I'm not saying there ain't no haters, but majority ain't, okay? They're just not agreeing with the things we done, ways we've lived our life, or just because that's foreign to them. But can we get mad? No. Why? Because we're all different people. We all have the right to feel a certain way, move a certain way, think a certain way. West Indy, her people, and whoever I talk about. Can you believe that? And it's okay that we do that. Especially here on social media where we're free to express and talk about whatever we want. And especially talk about the things we see. Now, this is one question I always had. How can you get mad at me because I feel a certain way about things I've heard you do, things I've seen you say, or I'm just reporting what you did? That's crazy. Because the answer would have been for you not to get on here and display those actions, and I would have never had nothing to talk about. You could have been reading the journal. And if I was in the journals, I could have been doing videos. Hey, yeah, Peach McIntyre or West Indy did this journal. You guys go over there and check it out. She coming on at 7:30 live talking about such and such a book. And once again, I'm just giving an example. So I'm free, like every other content creator, to talk about whatever we want on here. To do, other than YouTube guidelines, to do wherever. Listen, at the end of the day, social media understands sales. They understand that y'all they understand it's a different day where people just ain't using the internet to research things no more. You guys are messy like this in real life. They're just giving you what you want. You talking about, oh, take that chance, but you there to see that. That you actually there to watch that person crash out, but you there to see it. But because something ain't going your way, but it don't go, it just, okay, in who do it work like that for? Social media. Can you? Who would have ever thought that's what it was for? Oh my God. What?